This is smoked salmon like you've never had before. Just season, smoke low and slow, and let the magic happen. The result? Tender buttery salmon with a sweet and smoky flavor. Plus, I'll show you how to make a cream sauce that is for sure, say it with me, fire. So let's go.
The first step is to prep the salmon. Carefully remove the salmon from the packaging. Next, we'll need to pat it dry with paper towels. I'm using a 3.5-pound skinless salmon fillet. Lay down a sheet of aluminum foil, then place a layer of paper towels on top. Now gently slide the salmon onto the paper towels. This helps absorb moisture from underneath while we gently pat the top to remove any excess from the surface. Patting the salmon dry will also help the seasoning stick better and will give you a cleaner, more even smoke. Set the salmon and paper towels aside, then, using the salmon packaging as a guide, shape the foil into a boat that's slightly larger than the fillet. This will help keep the fish from drying out and help us collect the juices, which we will use as a base for a flavorful cream sauce. So make sure to press and fold the edges tightly so the foil holds its shape and keeps the juices from leaking out. Once your foil boat is good to go, we're ready to start seasoning the fish. Sprinkle a layer of Old Bay seasoning directly onto the foil. Make sure it's spread out evenly with just enough to lightly coat the area where the salmon will sit. Then add some Magic Salmon Seasoning and do the same. This helps season the underside of the fish where it might not get that much attention otherwise. Now place the salmon into the foil boat on top of our seasoning layer. Then go over the top with a generous amount of Old Bay seasoning, making sure to cover the fish from end to end. This classic seasoning is the foundation of our flavor. Next, add a layer of our Magic Salmon Seasoning. One thing I like to do is to combine seasonings, and this Magic Salmon blend adds a little sweetness and flavor that takes it up a notch. And as always, you can find ingredients and exact amounts in the video description. Now sprinkle on some honey powder. Honey powder is a great option because it adds sweetness without adding any extra moisture, which allows the smoke to better penetrate the fish. If you don't have honey powder, you can use regular honey. Just make sure to spread it out evenly. And finally, brown sugar. Most often, I use honey and brown sugar towards the end of cooking. The lighter you season the salmon up front, the more smoke will penetrate the fish. So if you want a more smokier flavor, it's best to season in stages. But to keep things simple for this video, I'm layering on all the seasoning right now. Cause either way, it's gonna be fire. Let the salmon sit at room temperature for 30 minutes to ensure even cooking. We want to cook the salmon low and slow, so while it rests, preheat your smoker to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. This lower temperature allows for a gentler cook and helps reduce the white proteins that seep out when the temperature of the salmon rises too fast. Use a mild wood like apple, cherry, or maple for a balanced smoky flavor that doesn't overpower the salmon. Now place the salmon on the top rack of the smoker and smoke for 1 to 2 hours, or until it reaches an internal temperature of 125 degrees Fahrenheit. Because once it reaches 125 degrees Fahrenheit, we'll add butter, which will help the brown sugar caramelize. After that, continue cooking for another 15 to 30 minutes or until the internal temperature reaches 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Then your tender, juicy, perfectly cooked salmon is done. It's time to make the cream sauce. Start by using a baster or spoon to collect the juices from the pan. Then strain the juices to remove any solids. In a small saucepan over low heat, combine 1/4 cup of the strained juices with 2 tablespoons of butter. Now give it a mix until fully incorporated. Let the mixture warm gently until the butter melts completely and all those flavors will meld together. Once the butter has melted, add 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream and slowly stir while the sauce gently simmers. Continue cooking for about 10 minutes, stirring occasionally to keep it smooth. Next, add 1/4 cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. The cheese will melt into the sauce and help it thicken. It'll also add flavor without overpowering the salmon. Give it a good stir, and if you want the sauce a little thicker, just add a little more cheese. Now add 1 teaspoon of lemon juice to brighten the sauce and cut through the richness. Then stir in 1 tablespoon of white wine to add depth and complexity. And once your sauce has reached your desired consistency, your brown sugar and honey smoked salmon is ready to eat.
And there you have it, folks. That's brown sugar and honey smoked salmon. It is the perfect dish for a Sunday afternoon. It's the kind of dish that will have people thinking you have been smoking and cooking for hours. That's because you have. But you know what? It is worth it. Serve it up with your favorite sides. And don't forget the cream sauce. The salmon is good without it, but if you want to take it to that next level, add a little bit of that cream sauce. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you give this recipe a try. If you do, let me know how it turns out in the comments below. Stick around and watch another video. YouTube recommends this one right over here. Let me know how they did. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Fire video!